All right, man. Well, here at Bionic Buzz, we're all about people's passion. I want to know where your passion for music came from that led you to do this amazing career with your band with 6 albums. Was a certain album inspired it, a certain live performance, or something that was just naturally for you as a child?
I think it's a combination of probably all of them. I grew up in a musical house. My dad's was very musical. He always had all these cool records around when I was a kid. I remember listening to Elvis Costello, This Year's Model. I think my old man handed me Access Bold as Love by Hendrix when I was about 11 or 12, and he was like, this may be a little heavy for you right now, but you may dig it. And then there was just a bunch of like older kids in the neighborhood where I grew up, and they'd be blasting anything from like AC/DC to Def Leppard or just music all around. I remember shooting pool at a friend's house and just listening to Back in Black like all day, and I think I was just surrounded by it. And then of course there's the thought of maybe one day maybe trying to start a band. And I was very young, and I had a couple of buddies that we wanted to start a band together, and we just did. I mean, we said, heck with it. My one buddy got a kit. I got a electric for my 8th grade graduation, and then my other buddy, we convinced him to get a bass, and then we just made horrible noise in my parents' basement and my buddy's parents' garage for the next 3-4 years, and all we did was rehearse. We didn't even play any shows really.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys were in New Jersey. How did you get the name the Milwaukees?
It was just really a joke. We kind of didn't really have a name. I was in a band in high school called the Love Pond, and then we were kind of we were starting this new version of the band that we had started. We were basically just dropping the lead singer at that point, and I was going to just take over. I was kind of writing all the music. The singer at the time was writing the lyrics, and I kind of just wanted to write my own lyrics and do my own thing. So we kind of just said, okay, well, it was kind of like a joke that's carried on now for 20 years. It was like just Kansas, Boston, and then we were just kind of like, well, let's just pick a random city. And I was like, well, it was between Milwaukee and Cincinnati that we were going to name the band, and then we just put an S on it just because we thought that was funny. And then here we go. We never changed the name, so again,
I didn't know if it had something to do with the Wayne's World when they go to Milwaukee.
No. And in fact, we've gotten everything from Wayne's World to the beer. Are you a big fan of the beer or something?
Yeah, that's
Milwaukee's
true. Yeah.
Best, or Old Milwaukee or anything like that. And I'll drink any beer, but that's not the reason.
Cool, man. So you guys have your 6th album coming out August 21st, I think.
Yeah.
So you released a single already called "No Way Out." Great song, and great music video. Who produced and directed the music video?
Our guitar player Jeff. We just had some footage, and he was like, we need a video. He's like, he basically, what he did was amazing because we didn't even play that song in that video. He just put together these quick clips and then took free clips off the internet. And, we were all kind of like, well, I don't know. He was like, what do you think of the video? I said, beyond the fact that you did an amazing job editing, I don't know what the hell the video is, but I don't care. Just put it out. I mean, it's there's a couple of pretty people on there, I guess, other people, besides the band. And,
I was curious if you shot this a long time ago or it was actual stock footage. So there you go.
So yeah, it was all stock footage. And then our footage was we had just done a 20th anniversary show, and we did a little promo video for it. And that was from, just songs we were playing from our back catalog. And I don't think we even played No Way Out. So Jeff had to cleverly take little bits. That's why if you watch the video, you see me.
I can tell it doesn't sync up exactly, but I figured it was just some other live performance. So, but it worked.
He did. Jeff did a great job. I mean, for an amateur guy to just put that together,
When was the last time you guys did a concert before everything shut down?
It would have been a couple weeks before. God, I forget where, but local place around here. Maybe Stosh's Pub. There's a pub over close to here where they have shows. It's that might have been the last one. It was probably a couple weeks before everything kind of shut down, and we haven't gotten together since. I mean, I haven't gone this long without playing since I
It's so
started.
depressing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I haven't been this long about a concert either. And it's like,
yeah, dude. I mean, that's that, my wife and I, cause we go to shows a lot. I got one of these buddies, I don't know if you're this guy or you got a buddy, but we got a buddy that just always buys every ticket ever. And then just will text you, just be like, hey, I got 2 tickets to Rival Sons Thursday night. You coming? And we'll be like,
cool.
Yeah, cool. I mean, we'll get we'll go out. So we had a run of shows that we were going to be going on that we were all talking about, really excited to actually go and see shows. And again, we missed all of them, and we were like, shit, we missed Archers of Loaf, we missed Rival Sons, we missed The Darkness, we missed a bunch of bands.
Darkness, dang.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we're like OG fans, from the first album. So yeah.
I would say my favorite track off the new album is "Burn in Shame," man. It's great guitar riffs. I love the solo in the bridge part. Great lyrics, man. Can you talk about that track?
Yeah. That track I had that song toward the end, and I was kind of just kicking some ideas around, and I just kept saying that "burn in shame" line there during the chorus. Yeah. And part of the way I write songs, usually the way it goes, is I have the melody and the chords all done, and the tune of the song and the bridge, it's all mapped out structurally there. And then my sort of personal homework is to go home and figure out what I think the song is about, just based on what it sounds like. That particular song, I think just I might have I had that line, and I was figuring out what is burn in shame, and I think that my personal idea, my personal idea about it was just sort of not painting anything too specific, but it's probably about, I'm not the biggest I don't have like an online account or anything. I don't do any of those social media. I don't do anything like that. I never have. But I had seen, you hear about and you see about people's, sort of like, I don't know, lives ruined by something stupid they said 10 years ago, or maybe they had one too many. And basically it's sort of in a weird way, what I kind of, the inspiration for the song was just sort of like, it's not really a defense of the people, but just, you got to watch out if you're going to burn everyone down and shame everyone, you're probably going to be next, because, listen, the world moves on. One day you're going to be an old man, and one day people are going to be coming after your ass. And it's just about, I think it's probably about that. But again, I always leave these things open-ended because, like I've said many times in interviews before, part of my favorite part of writing songs is when people come up to me and they say, you know what I think this song is about? And they tell me, and I go, you're actually more right.
I've done that so many times of artists. I'm like, I love this song because it reminds me of this. And they're like, I had nothing to do with that when I wrote it, but hey, it's music is art, man. If you take inspiration.
And I personally love some people's like interpretation of some songs that I've had over the years. I personally like them better than what I was thinking when I wrote it. And I've heard Bob Dylan talk about that. Like he writes songs, he doesn't even care what they're about. And then people tell him later on, and he's like, well, I never really thought about that, but yeah, man, that's cool. And I feel the same way. So, I might've revealed too much there about what I thought maybe the genesis of the song was. But I
dug it, man. That's cool.
Yeah. I just thought the imagery I wanted to create in the lyrics was a little bit, non-specific to what I was talking about, of course, just sort of like maybe metaphoring it out. But, yeah, that's cool.
That was a good answer. Sometimes I bring up like a favorite track, and they're like, "Yeah, the song just came to me." I'm like, anything more?
I try to expand on it a little bit, But I appreciate you saying that, because that's one of the ones that a couple of my buddies, you pass it around to your friends first. A couple of my buddies had said that they really liked that one, and that was one that we didn't even know was going to make the record. So I always like the songs like that when they kind of grow over time, and
that's
it winds
why I
up being
the bands to release
favorites.
albums, because you can still release the singles, but there might be one obscure track that the band can take maybe just as a B-side or throw away, but it could end up being everyone's favorite track, So
yeah, totally.
So All right. Well, I mean, the album comes out August 22nd. It's a great album, start to finish.
Yeah.
Anything else in the future you want to talk about? I guess you said you guys haven't got together in a while. No
Yeah.
live streams or anything coming
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna do a live stream. I think Jeff and I are gonna do a live stream right around the release of the album.
Okay, cool.
Right around there, we're gonna do some live stream thing. I think for Spin, but in between now and then, I'm going to the beach next week. We're just gonna chill and go down there with the family, kind of chill a little bit, see some different four walls than the four walls we live in, and just try to chill music wise. I mean, again, it's like anything else that anybody else is going through right now. It's all an unknown. So, I mean, dude, I don't know. I mean, like you said, I mean, as a guy who plays in bands, who plays in a band, I want to get out there and play shows. I also, like I said before, I also love going to shows too. So it's like a double whammy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any like drive-through concerts around where you're at. I know there's one kind of far away from me, but
yeah, there's a drive-through movie theater not too far away from where the hometown where I grew up, and it's probably about an hour drive where I live now. And I don't know if they're doing shows, but I always thought it would be a badass place to do some shows, like a legit drive-in movie theater.
Nice.
But I'm sure they're packed with the movies every night, so I don't
exactly.
I don't know. Since it's the only game in town now. So again, everything's up in the air. And actually a buddy of mine who's got a big piece of property was thinking about having shows just in his backyard, just like calling up bands, like sort of bands from PA and New York and New Jersey that we know, and putting on like, I don't know, 50 people shows, like everybody spread out in like lawn chairs or whatever.
It could definitely be made where it's safe, so I mean, I've seen some online, there was one who was at a hotel where everyone just stayed on the balcony and then they built a stage right in front of it.
I mean, cool. It's the impact. It's funny. I don't miss many things, but the main thing is the going out, the playing shows, the rehearsing the new songs. Haven't been that inspired, sitting around, I haven't really written much, things are up in the air, so, and then, also, the impact of that, like, I was talking about it with my wife, and, she was like, that's the one thing. It's like, you don't miss too much, but going to shows and going out and even just watching you guys, she was saying to me, and those are always such fun nights for all of us. And the fact that it's just like gone, and we don't know when it's coming back is strange, but man, we're here, and when things clear
we'll
up,
keep positive. You got a new amazing album coming out, The Calling, and where can people stay in touch, website, social media wise?
Yeah, so we're I think we're the Milwaukees on Instagram and Facebook and all that. The Milwaukees band, you just Google it, it'll come up. And like I said, I'm not the biggest online guy. Like, this is it to get,
you don't want to get burnt and shamed.
Poor Jeff in the band is so, everybody else really is pretty good at this stuff, and that for them even just getting me hooked up with Zoom to do all this interview run that we've been doing is like been pulling teeth. I'm like a child with this stuff, but I'm getting the hang of it more and more. I got it hooked up to my phone. I know where to position it. I go in the room,
you did good.
And I'm happy to talk to anybody. So, but I appreciate.
Oh yeah, because I used to do red carpet interviews before this, and then like,
oh cool,
and now it's like, but the cool thing about doing Zoom interviews, like I actually get a long time to talk to people. Beforehand, it was like, 2 minutes, a minute maybe.
And people blowing you off. I mean, again, if anybody wants to talk about anything Milwaukee's, I'm happy to talk to them about it, because it's something that I've been doing literally, like I told you, since I've been 13, you know what I mean? So it's like my whole life I've been doing this stuff. So I'm happy to let people in on even why the hell we keep, continuing, it's like, but as long as it feels good, we continue to do it.
I love it, man. All right, man. Well, we'll talk down the road, and take care.
Hey, Steve, I appreciate it.